Hey, this is Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club. Listen, I have a treat for you today. Um, got a lot of things going on. I think you guys know that. We're going to get right into it today. We're not going to be before you too long. Why don't you guys give me a thumbs up, shout out, kind of let me know who is here. Our guest will be hopping on here soon. I just kind of want to set it up for him so he can hop on. He's excited. He's been calling me every day. No, I'm just kidding. He hasn't been calling me every day. Why does it feel like he's been calling me? Oh, he's been doing the MyMeet, trying to get me into the MyMeet rooms every day. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's exciting to have him here. I spoke with him a couple of times already. We've exchanged some texts. By the way, so Anthony Ross is here in the house. Q minus just became a member. Appreciate your membership, Q minus. I'm gonna give you guys a couple more minutes here to get into the room. Let's look at the deal really quick as people kind of form on here, and I'm gonna allow the founder to hop in really quick. I just want to take one more look at the deal. I'm going to set it up for him as he comes, and we're going to look at it here really quick. He's in the green room now. He keeps knocking on the window. Let me in, Jenny, let me in. I was like, hey, I got to wait until there's enough people there, man. I got to just slow down here. So you guys, let me know if you guys can hear me well. Let me know if you can see my screen well. But like I said, I'm going to let him come in his own way when he hops on. So, all right. So we have the deal here is MyMeet. This is the deal we're going to be looking at. The founder is here, like I said. And I'm going to set it up for you really quick because, like I said, we're going to get into it. I wanted to make sure that everybody had to wait on a few people. People was like, "Hey, I'm coming, Jenny. I want to let guys know that I'm here." So make sure you give me a thumbs up once you get here. All right. So MyMeet.io is it's a hidden gem right now on AppSumo. They don't have that many days left. They have about 6 days left. MyMeet, I've used it a couple of times already. I really like what they're doing. And I actually think that it's a good substitute. There's some other people that are out there, maybe on the ropes a little bit. And if you think that you're going to miss out or not have an opportunity to continue to meet with your clients, I think MyMeet is an excellent opportunity. So I'm going to let the founder come on. We'll set that up for you. Let me see here. I wanted to look at something here. So it's only 3 tiers here, which I think is pretty good. I went ahead and went with the highest tier because I rely a lot on meeting with clients, meeting with coaching clients, meeting with potential business owners. I think it's really well. I'm going to allow him to come on, and we're going to talk about some of the updates they've made since they've been on AppSumo. So let me go ahead and add him to the stream here, and I'm gonna let him come in his own way. Hey, Perry, I see you here. Thank you for showing up. Let me do this. All right, so let me add him to the stream. Paul, how you doing, sir? Can you hear me? You're on mute. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You there? Yeah, I can't hear you. Give you an opportunity to get your audio fixed. I think so. Yeah. If you speak a little louder, are you good?
Yeah. Is it better now?
Pull the mic closer to your mouth a little bit. Good to go?
Yeah. Is it better now?
Hey, let's try this again. Hey, this is Krupal, co-founder of MyMeet.io. We've been going back and forth. He is here now. I'm going to give him a quick 60-second elevator pitch and kind of explain what MyMeet is to everyone here. Take it away, Krupal.
Right. Hey, everyone. Hey, thanks, Jenny, first of all, for having me here. And hey, everyone. Thank you for joining in. So I'm Krupal, co-founder of MyMeet.io. MyMeet.io is an AI-powered end-to-end consultancy management platform designed for coaches, consultants, and service providers. It basically eliminates the need to switch between multiple platforms for managing the meeting workflow. With MyMeet, users can schedule the appointment, manage them, collect payment, conduct meetings, and receive AI generated summaries. And that too, all under their own brand. So, yeah, this is MyMeet.io in a nutshell.
Nice. So you can do all those different things now. I think one of the tools, like I think book like a boss. Book Like a Boss was a tool that came out. They were kind of one of the first ones that I kind of seen doing that a little bit. And then there was another tool. The name escapes me now, but it's where you can kind of book, you can do your payments, people can buy different packages. I hadn't seen that in a while. So tell me what your thought was. Tell me what you guys' thought was in putting that together. You guys can, if you guys are just showing up, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you drop your questions inside the chat, and we will fish them out and try to make sure we get them for Krupal. So what was your thought behind making that, or what did you think that people were looking for?
Right. So see this software I developed with my real brother who is the tech brain behind this platform. He was into the freelancing thing and he was into the customization product development things. So he used to develop the branded video meetings only for their customers. And then, he started getting the more inquiries that, why not to have the comprehensive solution, not just the video meeting but also scheduling the meetings and managing all that stuff. On the other side, I was working with big fours. I was in the client consultancy field, and I also was facing this issues of not having the comprehensive solutions for managing my appointments, providing the services from a single platform and all that stuff, right? And then we found this interesting thing that every individual professionals wants to have their uh, branded softwares, and not everyone have their own website. So what about what could be the way out if they do not have the website? They always want to showcase their brand, showcase what they are to their client, and feel they want to express themselves in a better way in front of their clients. So yeah, see, after identifying the challenges, identifying the need of the professionals, we designed this platform. And I myself being into the client consultancy for various years now, uh, we could execute the plan that we had. And yeah, people are liking it.
All right. Yeah, no, that sounds good. So let me ask you this, right? Um, I think with you guys have, I think on your highest tier, what would be the difference? I think you guys had something on there where what is FHD video quality versus, because like your second tier says HD. We know that's high definition, but what is FHD, and do we
This
even
is
need
full
that?
HD.
What is it?
This is full HD.
Oh,
So it
so
is,
full HD. So what's the difference in full HD and HD? I didn't know that. Yeah.
so there is a thin line difference, and not every device support FHD. So if you have the MacBook or something like this, only those devices support FHD. The older device do not support FHD, but yeah, it is nice to have features, right? So you will not purchase tier 3 just for FHD.
Right.
You will consider purchasing tier 3 for all the other uh, extra features or unlimited things that are there
Mhm.
in tier 3.
Okay, yeah, no, it's like, hey, don't just purchase it for that. Yeah, don't just try to purchase it for that. No, so I mean, I purchased it. I purchased it for reasons, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. But what I wanted you to do was, I wanted everybody to ask their questions, but I think a lot of people don't know, and I think now is a good opportunity to kind of go. I want to highlight. You guys have had maybe 12 to 30, maybe 15 new enhancements since dropping on AppSumo. Let's highlight a
Yeah.
few of them. I want to talk about that a little bit. So let's talk about the multi-language booking page. Is that
Right.
for, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, because they have multi-language booking pages. So that's something that they've dropped. I don't think a lot of people know about. So let's talk about that briefly.
Yeah. So, Jenny, do you think that I should explain the platform a bit quickly so that your audience understands what it is,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
should
If
I
you
just
do
yeah?
you want to share screen? Are you good on the bandwidth? You want me to share, or no? I have some
No,
personal stuff in here. Can you share?
yeah, I can share. I can share.
All right.
Just a
So
second.
just so you click on the share at the bottom, and then you should be able to
Share the
be
screen,
connected up
and
from
I'll
there.
share the windows. Let me know if it is up.
I see it. Yeah. So let me add it. Let me know when you're ready for me to add it. You ready for me to add it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So let me move us over here to the side. All right. So let's because a couple of things I want to go through, and there's some things that I really liked and jumped out, but let's go over the multi-language booking page first. Let's go over that first.
All right. So this is the booking page, right? This is the end product that you get if you use this platform. So this is the dashboard, and all you need to do is setting up this page. Once you set up
Sure.
this page and you share this link with your clients, your client will be able to, book your time from here, make your payment and all that stuff, right? All the
Mm-hmm.
appointments will be reflected over here. Now, multi-language means your booking page will be translated in the language that you need. So many comments that we got after the launch is we want Spanish language or Brazilian Portuguese, right? So
Mm.
what we did is we went here, we developed those things, and in this booking setting sections we have add all these details from here, right? So if you select Spanish, all your static field will be converted to the Spanish language, right? So if you do this, all the
So
static language will be converted into the Spanish.
whoa. Okay, so let me get this right. So just so I understand how this feature works is, so if I set mine up in English, inside the settings, I can have one alternate language I can swap to.
No. So say for example, you want to have your booking page in English, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
this is in English. Now, say for example, you are sharing this link with your client who does not understand or speak English, right?
Mm.
He is from, Spanish, as I mentioned, right?
Yeah.
So what he can do is at first he'll be able to see this booking page in English because you
Sure.
have set it up in English.
Sure.
But he has the option to choose the different language from here. So once he clicks on Spanish, every dynamic field will be translated to the Spanish.
I
And
saw
then,
that. I guess I'm wondering, how does he know, or how does she know that they could, that little flip switch there?
yeah,
Yeah, how do
yeah.
they know? Is that a mouse over? Is that a help button that says it, or they just
No,
know?
so
Or
this is normal. It is normally visible. It is difficult to identify this.
okay, okay,
No,
all
let
right.
me.
So but it only allows me to swap to one language though,
Yeah. So
because I saw you selected in the back. Yeah, so I can say, hey, what? So let's say I do a lot in the Spanish, or I'm multilingual, and I do a lot in the Spanish market. So I may have English customers or Spanish customers showing up on my website. You're saying that I can just make that, oh, okay, give me an alternate language of Spanish, but just in case I have some Spanish. Okay, gotcha. Ooh, I like that.
right, right,
I like that.
and one more thing. So when suppose I'm your client, right? I'm not non-English speaker. I am from Spanish. I speak Spanish.
Sure,
So I select Spanish from here, and I'll do the normal appointment booking of yours, right?
sure. Mm-hmm.
So once I book this appointment, the email conversation or the email confirmation will also be translated into Spanish because I have selected Spanish, right? I do not understand English. But on the other side, you have selected English. So you will keep continuing receiving the email confirmation in English because you have selected English, right? So
But if they hit that and they book everything in Spanish, then they'll get their confirmations and everything else in that same
in
language.
Spanish. Yeah.
Man, that's sweet. Let me know what you
Yeah.
guys think about that in the comments. That I'm not gonna lie, that's nice. I'm not gonna lie, that is nice. I like that. Let me know what you guys think about that. That's fire, man. I'm impressed. I like that. All right, so that's one thing. Now it was what was that other thing? Oh, can you show us or demo? I know Mark had asked me about it, but can you go through this? Like if I have a meeting with someone and I go through the summary, I want to know what the highlights are going to give me from that meeting. I thought there was something that what is that feature called? Can we go over that? Because I think
Right,
Mark is here, Mark Rodriguez. He asked me, he says, "Hey, Jenny, can you show?" I was like, I think I kind of does this. So kind of take us through that and tell us the scenario. Like if I want to
right,
do a recap of a meeting, show me what that
right.
looks like
So
there.
right. So once you get your appointment, it will be reflected here, right?
Sure.
And in this booking sections, you get all the details of your all the upcoming appointments or completed or cancelled or rescheduled. Everything will be coming here, right? You can have the filters. You can select upcoming or completed here. If you select completed, all the completed meetings will be coming here. Now, if you look at this button, right, this is AI meeting summary. So once the meeting has been completed, this button by clicking this button, you will be able to see what has been discussed during that meeting. So say for example, this is a demo uh, account, right? So say for example, I met Ishani, right? It was the topic of quick catch up. It was on 25th June, 30 minutes call, and I just want to check what we have discussed, what was the meeting all about, and all that stuff.
So
So once
we've
I
already
click
had a
here,
meeting. So this works after the meeting is done already. And this is you're
yes,
saying you're going to book another meeting with them. This is where this would really come into play. Is that what you're saying?
no. So see, once the meeting is over,
Uh-huh.
this AI
So that's
summary
going
will
to
be generated.
populate after the meeting's over. Got it.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
right. And say for example, this Ishani is booking me again, right?
Sure.
So
Sure.
this field will be updated with the upcoming meetings as well. In that case, I am just required to go here, view past bookings, and when I click view past bookings of Ishani, I'll be able to see this thing, and I have uh, it is 2 minutes job for me to just check the overview what was discussed in the last meeting,
Hmm.
what was the action points in the last meeting, and the metrics or bullet points and every that stuff, right? And I want to go in detail. I have full transcription here,
Hmm.
right? So it is just a 2 minute job. I am ready for my another meeting.
Oh, quick some. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about that, right? So Anthony says flaming hot Cheetos, right? Perry said that's cool. So Mark asked a question here, and we're going to come. He says, "What strategies are in place to ensure data security and privacy with increasing reliance on AI and cloud services?" So that's a good point, and I
Right,
guess if you can kind of tell us that a little bit. Let me put you back on screen here. Let me get us
right,
back on screen.
right,
Um, so yeah, so if you could tell us um what
right.
is
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for data security and privacy, they are the top most priority for us. We don't want to compromise on data security. So there are a couple of things. The first one would be meeting recording, right? So what happens when you record the meeting, it gets downloaded to your local device and we do not store it, right? So that part is, being, you know,
Can you
resolved.
can you
Yeah.
show us? So what you're basically saying is, for if we had any type of meetings, the recordings are you guys
Yeah.
don't keep them on your servers.
Yeah. We don't keep it on our server. You won't find it on this dashboard. It will be downloaded on your local device,
Is
right?
that automatic, or that's something we have to go and pull down?
No, so you are just required to, when say for example, this is an instant meeting. Let me just this is the instant meeting, right? When you click
Sure.
on this recording button, you have started the recording. Once I click on download or
Hold
stop,
on. All right, try it again. Let's do it again.
okay. So say for example, I have started the recording of this meeting.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Meeting has been, it has been started recording now.
Right.
Now I'll click here to stop the recording,
Okay.
right? Once I click here,
Uh-huh.
it gets downloaded in my local
Oh, so
device
automatically it just downloads.
automatically. Yeah.
Got you,
So it
got you.
is not routing from the software or the server, right? So
Right.
we do not have the access to it. The another thing, we do not save your sensitive informations. For the minimal sensitive information that we store, for the service that we use is of AWS and OpenAI, right?
For
So
sure.
we have signed BAA with them, and we have zero retention policy, meaning thereby your data are not saved with them, and they are not used for training their module.
Okay, so they're not going to be, because I thought OpenAI, I thought OpenAI had, maybe that's for the free one, but I do know that they do train your off of your data. But is that just for the free one, or but not for the paid
Yeah,
one,
that
right?
is for the that is for the free one. But if we use APIs, we pay them. They have the options that they do not train our input to
Okay.
train their model.
I
So this
did.
is
Okay, I did hear that. So just wanted to know. So now, so the information that you just showed us here, right here, where you're able to say, I mean, where you're able to look at, go back to where you did the summary and the highlights of the meeting,
right.
right?
This one,
Yeah.
yeah,
What about that over there,
yeah,
or has the stars
right.
over to the right? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So these informations are saved on our server, but at the
Okay.
same time, I have to mention that we are GDPR compliant. So all the data that are stored, that are being processed, everything, we have the policy of it. No one
Okay.
has access to this server, to backend, every damn thing, right? So a developer, they have the access to this server, but they have to follow the procedure, and just for a something reason, they can access the server and backends, right? So
Okay.
we are GDPR compliant, we have a strict policy in place, and because of which we have signed an MOUs with the professional institute such as ICAI and HKICPA, that is Hong Kong Institute of CPAs. So they
Okay.
have signed an MOUs with us for the benefit of their members. So they are
Okay.
the largest, one of the largest professional bodies. They are for CA Institute and CPA institutes. So we are following and adhering to the strict securities, and that is why they could sign us for the MOUs and for the benefit of the members. Yeah.
Okay. So we have another question here. Can one book, for example, a complete day or weekend?
So we can, it depends on your topic, right? The duration of the topic that you set from here, so it
Sure.
ranges from 15 minutes to 3 hours. So at max, they can book you for 3 hours, right? They can
Sure.
have the multiple appointments. So if
Okay.
he books for uh, three meetings, each 3 hours of them, so you are booked for the entire day.
So this is really not a program designed to book multi-day or anything like that. It's not really designed for that. That's why I called it a perfect coaching program, because I mean, 3 hours is a long session, right? So you just have to say, hey, you have to book another session, or let's book 3 hours a day, 3 hours tomorrow, but you can't book the whole day. So I would think that would fall into the line of maybe doing a webinar or something like that, or multi-use. Okay, that makes sense. So the most a person can book is 3 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we had another question here. Coming in hot and late, is this one-on-one meetings or group or class meets? So that's a good question. So is it just one-on-one? I think Mark was even asking me that the other day. Can I book a group? Can I book a small cohort or
Yeah.
something? Or is that even possible?
Yeah. So this is not just one-on-one. So if you are able to see here, the client has
Sure.
an option to add guest, right? So we are a video meeting platform and not video calling or video conferencing, right? So
Sure.
there is a difference for between all of them, right? So we are a
Right.
video meeting platform. So when you meet people, right, it won't be in, the group of 50, right? So if you meet the people, if you provide the consultancy, they might invite some guest, you might invite some guest. It will be a group of 4 to 5 people. So up to 7 people, they can add the guest here,
So it's
right?
more, so that makes sense. So you say, hey, man, listen, we're my meet, right? We're not meet, we're not my conference, right? And so I get that. So you made yours specific to that. You're saying, hey, if they wanted to, let's say I'm doing a meeting and I'm doing a presentation and I want, it says, oh, well, my CFO and my COO wants to come too. So when they
Right.
book it, you just add those two people to the actual
Yes.
invite. And so you'll still be doing a meeting, but it's a small meeting up to at
Yeah.
least 7 people. I think 7 people is
Yes.
fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one more thing. So, one more thing in relation to this, you have also the option to not allow your client to allow guest. So,
Okay.
Jenny, you are providing a consultancy which is, 1 to 1. It has to be 1 to 1, right? It is the benefit
Right.
for that particular member, and you
Right.
don't want other members to take the benefit of that session, right? So, you may just click here and disallow the guest to be added by the client. Once you do this, this section will not be visible to the guest to the client,
Oh, I
and
see.
hence, yeah, and hence he can't allow, can't invite the guest from his side.
So let me ask you this. So Mark asked a question. Mark's pretty active today, man. He must have, he must have got his coffee or whatever. So he says, if I have a paid coaching client wants a copy of the coaching session, I have to upload my local recordings to a cloud service and create a link, a bit more heavy lifting than I was thinking. And so that's actually ironic and funny at the same time, coming from a person that says, hey, what about my privacy of my recordings? He's the same one that asked that question, right? I don't know. I know if he wanted to get there, he's know I'm gonna give him a hard time. It's like, dude, you just asked. So now that it's privately on you put the responsibility on you to download it. Now you have to get that back. So here's what I would do, and I would tell Mark, and I'm gonna let you answer the question because it sounds like that is the case. But I think that is, to me, I think that's an additional cost that either you can pass on to your client, or you just absorb the cost and you just do it, or just have a VA do it. That's something that I would do. I mean, if I was starting a business today, because most people don't give you recordings of the session, you just have a session. They may give you the highlights, and maybe from yours you can actually I could, from that, going back to that other where you can see the highlights, go back to that where I can
Yeah,
see the highlights of the actual meeting session.
yeah, this one.
Yeah, I think you did that. So I think that's a good question. So click on that. So go there. So can I, the full transcript, can I send to them?
Yeah,
Or
so see this feature we are adding here, right? So what
uh
we are doing here is we can share the entire summaries and transcriptions with the clients
okay,
via email, but it will not go directly. You will be having the option to add it or make the edit, right? Because in overview or not in transcript, but in overview, you want to add some points that are not captured by the transcription, or
sure.
this summary or
Mm.
overview. You want to add them, right? And you want to just correct some mispronunciation or something like this. So we'll be giving the option to add it before share it via email. But yeah, share
Okay.
it via email will be coming here.
But the whole, click on bullet points for me real quick.
Yeah,
But the whole, so, and click on action points. Let me just see. I want to just see. I
yeah,
can't. Yeah. So, what about a quick copy feature? You know how you make the copy thing where you can click on the copy and, like, it's the double, I guess it's a double blocks, and you click on that and then you just copy it really quick instead of me scrolling down and clicking everything. If you had just like a little quick copy, then copy the
this
points. Yeah.
one.
So
Yeah,
but it would be the quick copy. I
yeah,
guess that
there
can
will
work
be a
as
button
well.
there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're getting somewhere where there's understanding. Maybe I can charge my client a premium for the coaching recall. I think he said that. Did he say he got my idea? Did he? This guy. All right. So Mark is a character. So he is the most uh he's the most interesting man when it comes to selling cars. He teaches people how to sell cars. So he's always doing this kind of stuff. All right. So um let's see. Let me try to get some other questions. So what Shivet is saying, she says, no, I give recordings of my sessions, and I've had coaches who do the same. It helps the client to review and implement better. This is true, right? So if you still want to be able to do that, you guys just don't have that ability. And I think that would be a lot expensive on your side, housing all those calls as far as the server costs and all those
Yeah.
recordings too. So, all right. So, just for clarity, what would a coach and multi-client session look like? Do you have that, or can you do a demo? I thought he did a demo.
Yeah. What would a coach and multi-client session look like?
What would a coach? Oh, and then where would the people see? Like, there's a one-on-one session, and then there's a multi-client session. So, do you have something on your end you can kind of fix it so we can see it, and then I'll talk about something else, or I'll pivot, or what he's saying is there's a difference between the one-on-one coaching. So where will people sit, side by side, right? Or where will they sit? Where would they sit? Where they sit side by side, or when you have the multi people, CFO, CEO, everybody sit at the top and then one person sits at the bottom? Or
All right,
can
all right, all right.
you
No,
let
so
me
this
let me
happens.
remove that from the screen. I'm gonna let you set it up, and I'm gonna talk to everyone else, right? While you set it up, you want to do that, or can you do that?
Yeah, I can do, but because of my camera is engaged with this YouTube live, so
Oh,
my
you
camera
can't
will
do them
not.
all.
Yeah,
So if you can just tell us, do
so it
you
will
want
be,
to?
yeah,
Okay,
so it will be if there are two-person, right? So it will
uh-huh,
be, the entire screen equally divided between those two people.
sure.
And if there are four people, the four screen will be equally divided, or four windows will be equally divided in the entire screen, right? And if there are three people, two on the top, one on the bottom. I hope you are asking the same thing, Mark.
Yeah, I think that's what he's asking. That he just kind of wanted to see it, and I'm interested now. I haven't used this for a multi session. I've just used
Yeah.
it on one. I see people side by side. Okay, so no, that's a good question. So let me go back over, because I know we're still good on time here. So let me go back over one of the other features, because I kind of want to talk about the things that you've added, and it's not even you don't even know it's on AppSumo, but because you're part of this live stream, right? You're gonna find out here. So the website widget iframe.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Can you demo that, or do you have a demo for the iframe, or no?
I do not have the demo for the iframe, but I
Okay.
can, just show how it works. And this is a quick. This is a bit, simple and straightforward. They are just required to just copy and put this code to their website
Yeah,
uh, coding, right?
they'll probably want to know how it looks. So I didn't know if you wanted to do that. So let me ask you this. So you guys didn't, I thought you guys had custom domain already while you were at AppSumo.
No, it was not there. We developed it, in how many days? In a few hours or in couple of days. We have developed
Okay.
from scratch,
So
and yeah,
is
it
that
was released live.
available? Now let me look
Yeah,
here. Let me
yeah.
see.
If you go here, I hope my
Let's
screen is
see.
up, so you can
Hold on.
set up your, yeah, sorry.
So all right, so go ahead.
Yeah, so on settings, you will find this custom domain thing,
Sure.
and you can set up your the main domain or subdomain in here. all the setup instructions are mentioned here. If you want to add subdomain, these are these instructions. If you want to add root domain, all the instructions are here.
So
So
we no
currently
longer
we have,
need to be on the MyMeet
yeah,
subdomain. We can have our own CNAME.
yes.
Sweet.
So say for example, we have set this meet.avanzasoft.com, right? So if you see the URL of this booking page is meet.avanzasoft.com
Sure.
slash info. This is the username that
This is
we
a
get,
demo
right?
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a demo
So
one.
ours we won't have. We won't be on the MyMeet.
Yeah, and the only thing that is coming here, the favicon, we have also added the option to add the favicon here. So you are also not
Oh,
required. Yeah,
that my suggestion? I think that
no,
was my suggestion.
no,
No,
it
because
was
I
not
said,
yours.
hey, I said, what good does it do my landing page to look nice when I need my own favicon? So nice. All right. So the favicon is there. Nice. So that
Yeah,
was something you guys added. So let us take a look at self-booking from the dashboard. What does that mean?
right,
And then I
right.
got a couple of
So
questions here. So Joyful Stamping asks, is iframe for Apple only? And know that it's not just for Apple only. It's a
it
good
is for
question,
every.
but it's not for everyone. And then Mark said up to 7. So it is up to 7. So including you can only have 7 people. So that
Yeah,
means I can
total
only have,
participants,
so if
six.
it's one person, they can have 5 guests, right? So that makes
Yeah,
6,
yeah,
and then me. Okay, so up to
yeah.
5 guests for the person that I invited. So a total of 7. All right. So I just want to make
Right.
that clear. All right.
So again, I just want to make this clear is 7 when you are using MyMeet as a video meeting platform, right? If you are, if you want to add more guests or so you are just required to change your video meeting from MyMeet to Google. So Google will allow you to have 100 participants in his on in its free account,
Oh,
right?
see now that the good save, Paul, because because I know that they were asking is oh, well, can I do one-on-ones? Big Kev World asked that. So what you're saying is if you're using my Meet, then it's limited to 7, but you still can have a Google Meet.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
oh,
And this is obvious, right, Jenny? So if you are not using our platform, all the
yeah.
meeting related features will not be available to you, including
Okay,
the
so
meeting
that's
summaries.
obvious, right? We kind of want people to pick up on the obvious stuff, but why you don't have that either? Well, we're not using MyMeet. That's built into the MyMeet software. But once you go outside the software, I think that's good. I think people need to. That's great. Okay, so we can, if we wanted to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to invite other people now. Are they still able to invite guests too? I assume they
Yeah,
could. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
right.
Yeah. So
So this is for,
So Mark is like,
for
wait, what? Google Meet? It's like, I'm telling you, Mark, this is your tool. I told you that. I told you this was your tool. Matter of fact, let me drop my link in here again, just in case you forget. I told you this tool had your name all over it. So yes, that's true. So all right. So this is another question. I think this is a good question. Is how customizable are the branding features for coaches who want to maintain a distinct brand identity? So let's say I coach for me, I have multiple brands. So sometimes I coach for retirement and then I coach for marketing, right?
right.
So I had to set mine up as a universal
Yeah.
plan, but if you can kind of help him understand that, go ahead.
Right. So see, this offered plan is for one brand or one company is equal to
Sure.
one account, right?
Mm,
So if you are purchasing one account, it will be restricted to one brand. If you
mm,
make it, the global, if Jenny, say for example, you are having two brands, right? But you don't want to purchase two accounts. You can still purchase one account, create the profile of Jenny under some common brand or some normal colors, the standard
sure.
colors, without
Sure.
mentioning any brand, and then you can have the multiple topics there, right? Including the retirement or the
Mm.
marketing things or something like this.
Yeah. So in essence, Mark, you'd either one, you can probably just buy, you can buy another, if you buy another code, you would need another email address and just set that up on underneath there. What I did was because everybody here knows I run multiple brands. I just set everything up under my coaching brand,
Yeah, yeah,
and sometimes I'll have to use different platforms or whatever, but I don't use this particular set. I use this really for coaching. That's why I said it. I set it up for coaching, and I kind of gave the advertising on coaching or one-on-one meetings, because to me, that's really the sweet spot. Let me put myself back here on screen here. I think, like I said, I set it up for coaching because to me, I think when you try to extend this and try to be all things to all people, I just think that you kind of run into, it doesn't really quite fit into that hole or that what you want it to be. I think beyond meeting one-on-one, or maybe you doing a presentation to a team or something like that, I really believe that it's challenged, right? And meaning that it's really made to do these meetings. That's why I call it a coach's dream, because it's a one-on-one meetings or a consulting type of setup. But I think when you start going beyond that and you want to get more than that, I think that's when it kind of becomes a little challenging.
right.
I think that's,
We were
yeah.
discussing the self-booking, right?
Yes, the self-booking. So let's
All
look
right,
at that. Yeah. So let me
right,
pull that. Let me show your screen here
right.
again. So self-booking, let's set this up so we'd understand what self-booking really is.
All right. So say for example, in the normal scenario, you send the booking page link to your client books you from that booking page, right? But what if the client tells you, hey Jenny, just let's meet 5 p.m. tomorrow, right? So you
Sure.
are not going to, send the booking page link and all that stuff. Probably he does not know how to book, or he's some, premium client. You don't want to, just, annoy by giving the links and all that stuff. So you are just required to come here on this button. Once you click here, it is self-booking. So say for example, if he is saying let's book, let's meet.
So this is
No,
me doing this as the coach.
yeah, this is
All right.
you doing as a coach. This is just same as, blocking the calendar of other person.
Sure, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
then
you are selecting the available slots from your side. These
sure,
all are the slots that are available in your
that you've made
availability
available.
section.
Okay.
And then you are required to, add topic. This topic can be anything. It is not necessary that, these topics should be the same. This can be anything. You again select the, duration for how much time you want to meet that particular person, and then,
Right.
email ID, and then
So are
uh,
they're not paying though?
yeah, they are not paying, right?
Okay, got it.
So yeah, because see, if this is self booking, right? So you
Right,
can't, so
self-booking. So you already got a
you
relationship,
yourself,
and it's just, hey, you
yeah,
know what? We didn't get a chance to get through our session. How about I just go in right now? I'm gonna set you up for the next session. It's already covered in the prepayment that you made for that
yeah.
session, but we didn't. Okay, got it. That's the scenario. Anybody have any questions on this self-booking? I like that. That's a new
And you can
feature.
always, yeah, this is new.
Man,
And
you guys snuck in a lot of stuff on me.
yeah, and you can always add the guest from here, right? And once you hit this book meeting button, all the other things, including email notification, WhatsApp notification, everything will go
Oh,
there.
you talking about when you add the guest email?
Yeah.
Let me see. Question: the AI summaries. So, so his question is, he said, I will use this over sessions. I will use Google Meet for more than 7. Question: the AI summaries do not change whether I use Google Meet or MyMeet in the MyMeet platform. And I think you covered that because you says you have to use the MyMeet platform in order to get the summaries. You cannot use Google Meet. Google Meet is
Yeah,
thrown in there if you need to go more than 7.
yeah.
But once you step outside the MyMeet platform, you're going to lose
Meeting related
your meeting
features.
related features, all the meeting related features and all that. So
Yeah.
hopefully that answered your questions. and he's like, "Hey, sorry for asking more. Asking, no, you're good. You're good on the questions. We're good.
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good on that, Mark. No, and that was a good question. I think a person needs to know. And I feel Jenny Jones hack pack peanut butter jelly sandwich English muffin. Oh my goodness! He if you look at his he has a certain color on his membership badge. He's been with me for a while. His is orange. So
I can
so
sense it.
anyway, so let me go back. I think I had a couple more questions. I want to make sure that I get that. So you said it's not clear. Wait, I don't know. Did you not? So he said it's not clear. So can you show that screen again where you can do the different not clear because you keep typing and you ain't listening. So go back to that screen.
Which
Go
screen?
to so it says if you do, so Joyful Stem says if you go to Google Meet, do you still get meeting recordings? And I don't think
No.
so. So what he's basically saying is once you go to Google Meet, you lose all of the features of MyMeet. You just only thing you're getting is just you're getting a date and a time, right?
Yeah.
The person still paid. The person would still pay to get that.
Yeah.
And this and what you're saying is this is a yeah. So I guess he's going to explain. So go back. So this is basically you're letting us know here now what happens. So explain this again. I think that's a little, I don't know.
So what happens? So okay, yeah, no problem. So see, let me put it this way, right? So if you are not, see, this is the alternative of Calendly, right? But what I say is, if you are using mymeet.io, you are not required to use Calendly plus Zoom or Gmeet or some other AI meeting tool. Say for example, Fireflies, right? Now, say for example, if you are using Google Meet, then it will become the perfect alternative of Calendly, because in Calendly what you do is you just use Calendly for scheduling, but for video meeting you use Google Meet or Zoom, right? That is exactly what you are doing with MyMeet. When you are setting your video meeting platform as a Google Meet and not MyMeet, you are using MyMeet platform for your branding, booking page, appointments, collecting payments, all that stuff. But when it comes to the video meeting thing, you are using Google Meet. And once you integrate your Google Meet, you can integrate your Google Meet from here, right? So all your Google Meet active plan will be activated. If you do not have the paid plan, the free features will be available to you for your Google Meet. If you have the paid plans there, all the features available to you for your paid plans will be activated with you, right? So this is the difference, and it is obvious, right? We tried, chasing Google. We tried everything possible just to get the AI meeting summary out of the Google Meet, but they do not allow to do so, right? And one
So
more
you
thing,
got
so
it.
Zoom will
So
be
you
coming
have to
in.
integrate in with the Google to pick up the Google. So you actually even have. So this is what I didn't even know. You actually even have to. You have to connect your Google Meet, your Google up to here to even make that to pick up that Google. It's not just like you can just use Google Meet. It's going to use your Google. You have to
So there are
connect
two
Google.
options. So there are two options. If
Right.
you select the Google Meet from here, and you have not integrated the Google from here, then it will use our Google Meet,
Okay.
right? But if you want to integrate your own Google Meet, you can do so from here. So it is not compulsory to integrate your Google Meet, but it is compulsory to select the meeting provider from here. This is
Okay.
obvious. Yeah.
So all the reminders will, if I use mine, then all the reminders will come from my email for Google Meet.
No. So see, for scheduling, for confirmation, reminder, everything will be going to you and your clients in the same manner
Got
from
it.
MyMeet,
Sure.
right? And when you use Google Meet or MyMeet even, and you add this to your calendar, all the calendar notification will be turned on,
That makes sense. That makes
right?
sense. I think they understand it now. I think he says, now I understand. Thank you. All right. So he has that, right?
Right.
So I guess Shivet asked, she says, okay, so the question is, does MyMeet record on its own or we have to connect it to Google Meet? Can we use Zoom if that's the case? So is Zoom another option that we can use as a meeting setup from here? Is that something you guys thought or considered or?
Zoom is under approval. We have been, submitting the application, and they are, wanting some more
So
informations.
Zoom is soon, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully,
Zoom is
right?
soon.
If
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
goes well, you want to add your Zoom feature here as well. So Zoom is coming. And again, some of the features that we're talking about, they weren't even on AppSumo when they first came. Now he's added a lot of these things. So what he's saying is, and for disclaimer purposes, he can't promise Zoom because they're still trying to go through approval. But if Zoom is approved, then that's going to be available. That's not an additional cost, right? It's just another
Yeah,
feature,
yeah,
right?
no additional cost. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
no
just
additional
wanted to
cost.
I just wanted to make sure that we understood that. Do you guys have
Yeah.
any other questions? I wanted to ask him. I had one other question. Let me
Regarding
get.
payment, Jenny,
I'm sorry.
regarding payments,
You can cover the payments really quick. I know that's a big deal for you guys, so I want you to cover that because payments is
yeah,
really
this
big.
this payments. This is
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
you collecting the payments from your clients,
Okay.
right? So we have added multiple payment gateway from here, right? So we recently add this Molly, which is very famous in the German or uh, this kind of
Oh,
things.
I think
Then
Joyful Stamping. I think Joyful Stamping. She's from Germany. Have you heard of Molly? Go ahead and put that in here. I'm sure you have. But Molly is for European, and then Razor Pay is
for
for
India,
India.
Stripe is
Stripe,
global.
US. Okay.
Yeah, PayPal
PayPal.
is
Okay.
again, multiple currency,
Yeah.
multiple countries, and this is unique. So this is bank account. This is only applicable for Indian bank account. So what they are required to do is, if they are not familiar with the, setting up the payment gateways or everything like this, they are just
Sure.
required to add the bank details here. Once they
Okay.
add the bank detail here, everything will be flow automatically, so they will
Nice.
get the money directly to their bank account without setting up the payment gateway or setting up their accounts to any of the
Mhm.
payment gateway.
Nice. So two things I want to get to before we get out of here. I want to get
Yeah,
to the questionnaires, the topic description, and the custom TNC link. I don't want to get
yeah,
to the calendar view of upcoming bookings. So which
right.
one is easier to get to first? Or you can
Yeah, so
cover either
I'll
one.
cover I'll cover this questionnaire and all that stuff, right? So
Okay.
this is the description. So it is mentioned here, right? So this is the agenda. You can add the description here to
Oh,
explain more
you
about
added
your
this?
agenda.
You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
this is nice. Oh
Yeah.
man. So now, because I was wondering, it's like, so if a person doesn't really, so go back to that screen really quick. That's
Yeah.
nice. Man, I might buy another tier, man. I might go buy another. No, because I see what you're doing here. So it used to be, right. And I want to zoom in on this so people can take a look at it. This is a nice feature. So what he's basically saying, it is the way it used to be. So don't click on that. Don't click on that. I just
Okay.
want
Okay.
people to see. So this was challenging to me when I first saw it. When they didn't have that, I was like, well, how does a person really know what they're getting or what's included in that purchase? They just have to assume, oh, I'm going to get this or I'm going to get that. And so what you're saying now is you can click on the little I and it says, hey, this is what you get. You click this call. If you That's fire, Krupal. Man, that's nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really, really like that. Okay,
Yeah.
so was that one of my
So this
ideas?
is the
No.
description. No.
I'm trying. Hey man, I gotta give my credit, man. I gotta give my credit. Yeah, so okay. And
Right.
so those are the
So
descriptions. Yeah,
yeah, descriptions. Then he select this,
yeah.
and at this point of time, he'll be able to see here as well that what he is getting
Ah,
for this meeting topic. Now, so this is the description that can be added from here. So when you
oh,
set up
yes.
the topics,
Yeah,
you can add
yeah.
the description. This is optional, right? It
Yes,
is not compulsory.
yes,
Now, in the
yes.
additional setting, come here. So in terms and condition. This is your idea, Jenny. This
Oh,
was your idea.
finally. Fine. Let me put
Yeah.
myself back on screen. Let me put myself back. Finally. Finally I get my credit. So what was this? What was my idea? Let everybody
Yeah.
know what was my idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, so if you see here, so let me just put it this way, right? So say for example, in this particular meeting topic,
Uh-huh.
you want your client to agree on your terms and condition for this particular topic or particular service, right? So you are
Uh-huh.
just required to add the link to here, terms and condition link here for
Uh-huh.
this particular topic, right?
Ah,
Now it will be visible to the client here,
yes.
right? This link. And this link
Yeah.
is added by you. This link
Yes.
is as per our as per regulations and all that stuff. We have to keep this link
Sure, sure,
for,
sure.
yeah.
Understand that.
But this is the additional thing that will be, the by if the client is booking this meeting, it is deemed that he is accepting this terms and condition that you have set,
Nice.
right? All
So
right.
so here's another question. We're still good on times. So this person saying, "Hey, I live in a country that does not allow Stripe in Africa. Any chance of having other payment options like Paystack? I think Paystack is for Africa and Fastspring. I think those two are for Africa. Do you guys have any ideas of adding that possibly? Or I think that's one continent you guys
Mm-mm-mm.
don't have covered.
Yeah, so see, thanks for this. So see, what we can do is we are always open to, include the leading payment gateways. So if we find that, Paystack is being, adopted by majority of the users, we are
Mhm.
happy to incorporate this. So probably, do you mind dropping us an email with the names that you are suggesting, and then probably we can have a research and we can start developing those.
Okay. See if there's
Yeah.
enough interest. Yeah, because it's got to make sense. Uh, okay. Because like if you got 1,000 customers, only one customer is asking for it. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that you're not going to do it. It's just like, dude, we
Preference.
got
We will
yeah
will
we
set the
yeah
priorities.
yeah. Being a founder, you have to balance that. I mean, it's like we have 5,000 clients, but only one of them needs this. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with Paystack because I do know Paystack is that is a pretty popular. Um, I know at least Stack is FastSpring. I'm starting to see more, but I know Paystack is one that you guys should probably strongly consider because I see Paystack and a lot of others.
All right. All
FastSpring,
right.
FastSpring does some other things. They do some tax things that I think people really like about them. Um, but I do know Paystack for a certain area. So yeah, I think you guys should consider that one if you guys
So just a
have the
question.
time.
So do you in Africa do you use PayPal? Because Africa PayPal is being supported in Africa, right?
I'm not sure. Can you drop that in there? Is it Game Gameli? Sorry if I
Yeah.
butchered that. So G, I'll just call you G. Hey G, can you post that in there? Let us know if they do have PayPal out there. Is that something that you guys have? Um,
Right.
yeah, just let
All
us
right.
know if they have PayPal.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
I'll just cover this thing, Jenny. So, and this allow guest we have covered, right? And then add questions. You can add the questions to be asked to the clients. So when he books the meeting,
yeah,
he is required to, answer the questions. And
yes.
these questions will be visible. So this question will be visible to you in the booking sections.
So when I see them in the
So
booking
once this is
session,
booked, yeah, once this is booked, you have to just head over to here and in this more information, this will be visible here.
oh,
Of the
nice.
question.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be really nice. I can't afford to buy, and I have the highest tier already. So what I had to do, I had to think about it, right? Like I said, I made an umbrella brand, and everybody just has to book me from there, the umbrella brand. But I'm really liking this. I don't know if I should split it up. I mean, it's getting hard out here in these LTD streets, man. It's not, so let me ask you that as we kind of wrap up. Where do you guys see yourself? Are you guys bootstrapped? Are you guys listen? We've been forking out money for these tools, man. Next thing you know, like a year later, they're like, "Oh, we went out, we bought too many, we bought too many things, or we hired 80 people when we only had room for one." Right? I'm not saying anybody's doing that, but what I'm saying is we want to know if you're going to be, if you're going to be in the game, man. If you're going to be in the game, we want to know these things before we let you go. Because I'm really strongly considering going out and buying another tier 3. I have one of my businesses is growing like gangbusters, and the other one is kind of flat. So do I want to separate the brands and then concentrate on more of that one to bring it up? Is that an investment that I want to make with MyMeet? I mean, so can you reassure me? I mean, you could say anything you want to on this podcast, but
See,
how we looking, man? How we looking, Krupal? What's up, man? How we looking?
see, you can be rest assured we are bootstrapped, but the thing is we have everything self-developed. We are not
Okay.
dependent on any of the tools. We are not
Okay.
required to pay to any third party other than these, small APIs and all that stuff. All the alternatives are available in the market for transcription and all that stuff. But the main core feature is scheduling and video meetings, right? They are our own. We are not using the third parties video meeting providers or something like this, and that is why we are not dependent on any of the tools, because of
Okay.
which we can cut down our cost, we can control our cost, and we can provide the best possible solution. And you have seen, right, the way we are launching the features, it is possible just because we have our own things, we have our own development things.
And the
If we are
proof
dependent on
is the terms and conditions suggested by Jenny Jones. They took that
yeah,
back
you get
and they
it,
did.
yeah.
I thought I did the favicon too. I didn't do the favicon. Man, I did the
No, you
favicon.
didn't.
I did
You
use.
didn't.
All right, I'm gonna let you slide on the favicon. All right. So as we get out of here, what he's saying, he said, "Hey, PayPal is supported in Africa, but can be suspended without notice if your
Spikes.
income
Oh,
spikes."
all
Yeah,
right.
I think they even have that in Stripe is like that too. It's like, dude, if you're balling out of control, basically for the hip impaired means you're making a lot of money in a short amount of time. They don't want to get left holding the bag, so it creates a risk to them. So they'll kind of throttle your account or do some really weird things, and so that happens here in the US as well with Stripe. And I think that's more of a protection thing. And I think that's the reason why they do that. It's not like they don't, and then, or they'll shut your account down and says, "Hey, we need to audit your account. What are you doing? What's going on?" A lot of that is just a lot of bad actors have done that little thing there.
Right.
So, yeah. So that, I think that's what that's about.
Yeah,
So
no
yeah,
problem. I
no.
have noted down these two payment gateways based on the
Okay.
research and the setting up the priorities. We can consider developing them.
Right. Okay. Um, let's look at the deal here one more time before we get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So this is what we got. Let me look at it here. So we have, I'm letting you guys know I already got the tier 3 because I wanted CNAME, right? I wanted my own CNAME here. I want people to come to my Jenny Jones coaching. These are my those things. That was the reason why I did it. I think that's what you get here on the 269. You get the CNAME, custom fonts, and you remove the mymeet.io branding. So to me, that was worth it for me to pay that additional cost, about another 130, 140 bucks or something like that. So that was the reason why I got it. But I think, and then you get unlimited minutes of AI meeting and summary. I think you actually can get away with a tier 2 unless you want to do a lot more of the customization. Then you would look at a tier, but I wouldn't get, I mean, a tier 1 is like a free account basically. But if you're going to do any kind of coaching or anything like that, you definitely need to get this. And some people don't. I think where people get different in trying to go to the highest tier, I think people are thrown off because everybody knows you're using somebody. Nobody thinks you developed your own thing in your own, backyard. So tier 2 is a safe bet. Tier 3, if you really want your own customized branding, I like my own. I don't like everybody to know who I'm using or what I'm using. Doesn't help, Paul. He's like, "Hey man, you're not helping us," but I will, because I'm always doing, videos for doing affiliate and stuff like that. So I don't have a problem buying the full white label, getting the full CNAME and all that. So Um, I'd say either a tier 2 or tier 3, a minimum a tier 2, a minimum a tier 2. That's what I would think. Um, so as a coach, I think he had a question. As a coach, are there any other platform elements for coaches to use in their training sessions? Are there any other elements? Yeah, is there anything that we may have missed that MyMeet has that a coach could possibly use? And I think that's what I think that's what he's asking. Is there
Uh,
anything that we missed? Anything?
I don't think so. All the, important. So just keep this in mind, from start point to an end point for an consultancy business, right? Everything is covered here. So you can collect payment, you can manage the appointments, you can reschedule, you can cancel, you can view the past bookings for that particular consultancy. So if the client is booking you back, you can have, just a summary there. You can have the calendar view, you can filter, you can export the details to the Excel for the better analysis.
Can you show us the calendar view here really
Right.
quick? Let
Yeah.
me pull this back. Let me pull
I'm
this
still
back.
sharing the screen, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Let me remove that. Let me add that as we get out of here.
Right.
That's a good question. And I think this is something because mine is not fully populated. So when I'm showing people,
Yeah, no
can't
problem.
really.
So this is the
So,
booking, right? And if you head over to this calendar view, so it will give you the entire calendar view. So it will give you the analysis of on which date you met how many, or you have done how many consultancy. So and by clicking here, all the details will be coming here, including the agendas or the name, meeting date, and everything. If
hmm,
it is upcoming, this join button will be enabled. If this is
right.
completed, this EI meeting summary will be enabled. You can
Okay.
change this to week wise, day wise, and list wise as well, right? So this is the thing. You can also export this entire details from here, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Go back to the dashboard.
Yeah.
Familiarize us with the dashboard and the power of the dashboard because I think the dashboard kind of gives you can see things at a glance, like the upcoming bookings and completed. Go over that really quick for us.
Upcoming bookings, yeah. So this will
Yeah.
land you here, right? So
Oh, okay.
upcoming bidding, yeah.
Uh-huh. All right.
And
And
if you click
so
on the completed bookings, it will land you here.
I think somebody had a question. We got to get her. You guys are trying to get me in trouble here. So she asked the Dr. Melissa asked any integrations, and I think you guys have a list of integrations. You got your payments, you got the meet.
We have
I
the
think
calendars as well, and we are in process of developing the APIs and webhooks so that you can use this platform along with
okay.
other tools.
So you guys are developing the APIs and a webhook. So what I would like for the webhook to do is, once a person books here, I can send them off to my CRM.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. Now, yeah, see, now we're cooking with gas. All right. So now I like that. And there's something else about the calendars. I thought you can do unlimited calendars. So you can, that was one of the reasons why I got it was the tier 3. So let
yeah.
me explain my concept on that, right? Let me come back on the screen as we kind of wrap up. Let me come back on the screen here.
Yeah.
So let me explain this to you before we get out of here. So what I did, my concept is I created an umbrella brand, right? It's Jenny Jones Coaching, and I can have many different types of sessions, right? You might want to have someone might want to consult on a retirement plan. Someone might want to consult on marketing or something like that. Normally what I'll do is I'll send them the page, but there's one thing to have different types of meetings. There's another thing to have 4 calendars underneath that goes to my particular meeting for marketing people, my calendar for my retirement people. They run off different calendars. I think that's a fascinating asset that they have, that you can set up unlimited calendars and it can go and you can point it to different calendars. Is that cool, Paul? Is that the way, or is that what a person think? Is that how a person would use it, or what?
So see, it does not link to a particular topic, But say, for example, I have two calendars, right? One is for my work purpose, one is for my personal purpose.
Yeah, it's
I
not going to
keep
go to
adding the events there.
Okay, go ahead and finish. I'm going to let you finish. Go ahead. We
Yeah,
got to get
so
out of
I
here.
keep those two calendars updated for my personal and work purpose, right? If
Sure.
I integrate those two calendars here, all the availability will be synced.
Oh, it'll check with the other calendar.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
say for example, I am available for 9 to 12 in the morning,
Right.
and in one calendar I am blocked for 9 to 10. On the other calendar, I am blocked for 11 to 12. So I'll be, the client will be visible. My availability will be visible to client will be 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. only, because those two calendars, 2 hours are blocked already,
So you're
right?
saying you do have a primary calendar, but everyone else checks in with the other calendars.
Not really. So see, two calendars means all the calendars of that particular calendar will be integrated or synced.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So I think Mark asked this question and it makes sense because I think I asked you this one time.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
look at the digital card here
yeah.
and
So
put that
Mark,
over.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Mark
So this
Savannah
is,
fully questions. He better
yeah,
buy this too. I'm gonna talk to him later. He says, dude, you asked 50 questions.
right. So Mark, say for example, you are meeting your client in person. You want to exchange your visiting card. You want to, exchange your contact details. The only thing that you do is you will exchange your physical visiting card, right? But the card, he has to, enter the contact details in his cell
Right.
manually.
Yeah. Hello? Did I lose him?
If the person scans this QR code, this page will be open. Again, your information will be there, but he has option to add this to his contact. Once he adds this or clicks here, your contacts will be saved in his phone directly without doing anything.
So
So
go back
this,
to that because I think you dropped out a little bit. I think you froze a little bit. So when we're sharing here, so how do we use that? Is it the share button?
yeah. So see, there are multiple.
Oh, there's a card. Okay, got it. Dang, we keep losing them. You there?
This
I
will
think
be
you dropped.
opened up.
Yeah, we're
I
losing you.
don't know
I think you're
if
using
this
too
will be
many.
visible.
I think you're using too
Yeah.
many resources because you keep dropping out because you're I can see your meter here. We're gonna have to shut this down. But so show us that one more time. As you said, the card, just show us the sharing of the card. And basically the digital card is you're tell me, so I would share where it says my card. I hit the share link, or what do I do?
You can share the link as well. And
Sure.
if you are meeting in person,
In
right?
person. Yep.
In person, he does not have your number. You will
Right.
not be able to share the link with him.
Right.
So what you will do is you will show your QR code to him. He'll scan
Oh,
it and he'll get all the contact details of yours.
got it. Someone did that to me and I was so impressed.
Yeah.
So I got it. So they can just you would download this on your phone or something, and this person
Yeah.
says, because I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. I was out somewhere at a meeting, and someone says, well, let me get your number, and she's like, well, just scan this, right? And
Huh.
so she held up her phone and she had a QR code, and when you
Right.
clicked it, it went to her page, and I was like, oh, really? She says, yeah, and it'll just download my contact to you. That's what that's
Right.
for, Mark, and that's
So
what it's
you,
gonna
you
go
want
to.
to you want to scan this, Jenny?
Do I want to scan it? Hold on, let me see. Mark, scan it. It's on your phone. Now you see, because I think he's been asking about it.
Just
So
a second.
oh, I
Let
didn't
me
get a
just.
chance to scan it. Put it back
Yeah.
up.
All right. Yeah.
So Mark, oh, you guys scan it if you can. Oh, that's nice. I never knew that's what that did. Mark,
Yeah.
so scan it, Mark. You'll see exactly what it does. All right. So that's nice. I like it. I like it. All right.
Right.
I'm glad we're
So
able to
all the
share that.
social media links, your contact informations, everything will
Yeah.
be downloaded. They are just required to hit save button.
So me, how would I would just download this and I would have it, I would keep it in my photos
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then say, hey, here you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
Just
like it.
scan
I
this.
like it. All right. So one last thing, we got to get out of here. I don't know what she's asking. She says, will that be a part of the deal? I don't know. Well, what? well, that may be the integrations. Because I think she asked about integrations. Then she said, "Will that be part of the deal?" And I think that, yeah, the integrations is a part. That's if they add Zoom, then that'll be
it will be part of the deal.
Yeah. I think that was her question. I think that was it. All right. So Mark says, "Cool, right?" So Mark's got 100 questions. Let me put my my link back in the chat one more time. We'd hook. Oh, webhooks. Sorry. So that was a question. So will webhooks be a part of the deal?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So any particular tier, or we got to make sure, or you don't really know? Because I know for AppSumo, you can't really say something's going to be part of a deal and it's not really on here. So are you saying to be safe to get the
minimum
tier
it
3?
Will be so see, most of the things will be of tier 3 because it takes so much development thing and efforts, cost, everything. So
on the safe side, get the tier 3. And you have to understand, almost for legal reasons, he can't tell you, oh, something's going to be there or whatever. What he's saying is be on the safe side if you got the tier 3. And there's no promises. So don't come back to me, don't come back to him. But because they're doing the self-development, they're saying, hey, for self-development, we want to try to make things as much as we can for the people in tier 3, because tier 3 has everything. And my thing is, man, if you can get CNAME, surely you should be able to get webhooks. So I don't know. Hey, this has been great. This was fantastic. I'm glad we had an opportunity to link up. I put the link down below. I put the link in the chat. I'm going to have it in the description. I think you guys need to check them out. I think they're going to be leaving. Let me look here one more time. They're leaving in 6 days. You got 6 days, 8 hours, 42 minutes, and 42 seconds to make a decision. I like them. I picked them up, tier 3. You guys know I eat my own dog food. I don't be out here recommending stuff I don't have or I don't own, right? If you need to see a page of that, I think I showed you guys when I did a video, and I think there's a page, my own page is there. And thank you guys for joining. You guys have been great. I love my members for showing up. My Mark Rodriguez with 1 million questions. She-Vet was here. Perry stopped in for a minute. Perry must have had to leave because normally she'd have a lot of questions as well. And who else showed up? I want to give a shout. Joyful Stamping. Got to give my people the love that are members of my channel. I appreciate you guys. I think, and Big Kev's World. I think he was one of my first subscribers, man. He's been running with me for a while. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. Ran over a little bit, but hopefully you guys were able to answer the question. Use the links below. You guys have been great. Till next time. Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye. Thank you.